What can I tell you? Well, the episode 1 of season 2, the title of that episode is 2.0. So the idea behind that is that everything that you loved about Stitchers in season 1, this is the upgrade. So even the character relationships are upgraded, and the cases will become more difficult to solve and require more thinking to get to those decisions. And the cases will even take up more of the episode. The technology gets upgraded. I don't think I've told anybody this yet. I'm serious. This hasn't come up yet. But it's a good time to reveal it, that in episode 1, Cameron and Kirsten get NSA badges. So they have the ability to now actually, instead of having to kind of go behind Maggie's back, she realizes, I can't stop you, so here you go. So we actually start moving that. Our kids in the lab start growing up a bit and taking on more of that responsibility that working with dead people, and speaking for the dead implies. So and it's still gonna be fun. I don't want to make it sound like, oh great, now it's some cop show. Yeah, right, exactly. No, it's still have all the same humor and relationship stuff, but it's we're taking it to the next level.
We did have that question that got brought up. One of our readers, she was like, I feel like they're getting to a place where they could manipulate memories. They could actually say what they did and kind of collude without.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. We're playing around with an idea in season 2 that's not that, but it's kind of in that world a bit, and if you had a stitch and it was an imperfect stitch, or it was a stitch that you weren't fully in control of, what does that look like? So that's going to be an interesting exploration for us in season 2. Thanks. That's going to be very cool and very surprising. So, that's it. Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, first thing that we can talk about is the relationship where we left everybody off in season 1. So we had Camille and Linus, where Linus was being a bit of a jerk, feeling jealous and threatened. So he's going to have to get over that. He has to own what he did and get over that, so that he can grow up. Because I think in episode 1 he talks about, he works in this lab, and they're dealing with corpses and broken lives, and then at the end of the day he goes back to his bedroom in his parents' house, right? So it's so he realizes he's got to grow up, with which Camille is looking for. She doesn't want a boy, she wants a man. So is that evolution for Linus something that Camille will respond to? So we have that. I'm not at liberty to disclose anything about poor Cameron, may he rest in peace, about his faith, but the fact that even as far as that last stitch, when Kirsten is in his mind, and we know he's not dead at that time, because we're still in that 4-minute period where his brain is still active, but if he were to survive, and it's quite an if, but if he were to survive, what is that like when you know that a person that you really care about has been in your head? Did they see stuff that they shouldn't have seen? For Kirsten, the first time as a little girl, when she was stitched into her mom, who was living at that time, stitching into a living person broke her. What does stitching into a living person again do? Does it make her worse? Does it make her better? Does it have no effect? So that's going to be an interesting. These two, if Cameron should survive, will have shared a very an intimate connection that most people never have, or nobody ever has like that. So what does that do to the relationship, right? And Fisher, if he should survive, he comes out kind of very, he's faced mortality in a way he never had to before. So big tough guy. What is, does that do anything to him? Maybe not. I don't know. But who starts seeing him in a different light? That he's not this impenetrable thing, but somebody who hurts and can bleed. who steps up to kind of make sure he's okay, right? And we're going to find out all sorts of really interesting things in relationships. Brothers that we didn't know existed, come into the picture, and sons that we never met. And there's all sorts of we're going to really explore the particularly family relationships.